And single shines the triple sun. What was sundered and undone shall be whole, the two make one. By Gelfling hand, or else by none. By Gelfling hand? Do you know what that means, Kira?
Wait. This is a piece of the dark crystal.
Then that's what my master meant.
Yes.
Be compassionate in your messages and the way you share messages. You know, I realize that in certain moments, you know, and this one thing before I even get into this, you know, we have to be truthful with ourselves. Like, we can't fake shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that fake lying to ourselves types of energies, you know, that fake nice or whatever. Like, we do have to be straightforward and truthful, you know, with ourselves first and foremost. But we are truthful in a manner where we're allowed to pick ourselves up, you know, and you done been through this, where you done heard the truth spoken in many different manners. You know, the truth could either be spoken in a manner that allows for the person to help themselves, or the truth could be spoken in a manner to be, you know, derogatory and try to harm the person. So although it is the truth, it doesn't necessarily like give inspiration for them to, you know, work on that truth in essence. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's say, you know, a father not taking care of his kids. You know, it's Father's Day. All right, we're gonna take it there. You know, I could be expressing something that's the truth about fathers not taking care of their kids. You know, like, you know, you gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? You know, things of this nature. But then, you know, at some point, you know, express it in a manner where it's like, but hey, you know, don't be hard on yourself. You know, don't, you know, beat up on yourself because of these things. You know, like, yes, this is a truth about, you know, not taking care of your responsibilities. But, you know, but again, you know, dust yourself off and try again. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your best to get better. You know, like, that message allows for the person to, you know, and this also comes to the aspect of shamanic work, or like, you know, like trip sitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, in trip sitting, you know, you don't want to bring your ego into the message that you're sharing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the ego trying to make a point, or the ego trying to be right or wrong, but, you know, in most cases trying to be right, quote unquote, you know, that cause a distortion in the message. You know what I'm saying? Because source just wants to, you know, just to get the message out with no distortion of like a little energy of like, hey, you know, this is right and this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be like that pure message. But again, with sharing messages, is to allow for the person to pull themselves out of that loop and create a new cycle. You know, we don't want to express a truth, you know, in a manner that keeps the person in a cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, you ain't shit as a father, this and that, and, you know, and you'll never be shit, or, you know, people who do this way ain't shit and will never recover, you know what I'm saying, from the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you speaking it in that manner, you know what I'm saying, that's actually, you know, like promoting the person. Like, yeah, you sharing a certain truth, but they're not, that person, when they hear that truth, they actually become more, you know what I'm saying, like sad or depressed, or, you know, or feeling bad with themselves, you know what I'm saying? So although it's the truth, the way it was shared to them doesn't inspire them to, you know, work on themselves or help themselves. It actually promotes them to feel worse about themselves, you know what I'm saying? In essence, keeping them in that cycle, you know what I'm saying? Or in essence, really worsening that cycle, you know, because they were just, you know, at their little level, and then that comment just kind of made it, you know, it just kind of added some weight to it, you know what I'm saying? When we talk about, you know, like releasing karmic cycles, and, you know, and the heart being light as a feather, you know, and releasing, you know, karmic weight or karmic energy, you know, again, if I call myself trying to be helpful to people in their spiritual growths, you know, that's something to be aware of. Of course, we all be having our different things, you know, because some of us be having to transmute that energy. Maybe you are the type of person that usually likes to tell people the truth in a manner that tries to prove that you're right. You know what I'm saying? Or you always like to tell the truth in a manner that kind of has like a backhanded slap to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be aware to, transmute that energy, or just be aware of that energy when, sharing insight with somebody. You know what I'm saying? That, the ultimate goal is to help for a person to create a new cycle and, break out of old karmic loops. You know what I'm saying? So you want to share things in a manner that actually helps them to be inspired to do the work to break out of that cycle. You know what I'm saying? Compared to, you know, making them feel like they ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a narcissist or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even if they malicious, I'm not gonna say things in a manner to keep them, you know, in that cycle, and, if they're that malicious, then of course I just remove myself from them. I don't have to try to hurt them by trying to keep them in that cycle. They already suffering enough, you know what I'm saying? I just have to remove myself, in that essence. But again, like, sharing the messages in a manner where the person can, move forward, with that insight, in a inspired manner, you know. Because again, when I'm doing videos, like I might talk some shit about, a certain perspective or, a certain energy, but then, I make sure I keep it full circle and clean it up and be on some vibes of like, to each his own though, you know what I'm saying? Like no judgment, to each his own, even if you do this behavior, you don't have to be hard on yourself, but, this just, again, like speaking the truth, but in a manner that, when a person receives it, because again, like with any message, if I give a message from my ego or like my ego is kind of tampering with the message, then that's going to promote the ego in a person, who's receiving it, where they going to kind of block out some of the message because you're talking in a manner that's kind of talking down on people, like you ain't shit if you ain't got all your chakras aligned yet or this and that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when a person hear that, they going to be like, oh shit, I ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going, and again, it's not our place. Like, all we could do is be helpers. But again, like it's up to that person to, do their work or be aware of themselves or to not take certain messages personal. But at the same time, if I'm a person who consider myself to be sharing messages to uplift, you know what I'm saying, or to bring forth, some type of helpful clarity or to bring forth some type of healthy wholeness to a person's being or, integrity to a person's being, then I'm going to share messages in a manner where that person could, again, receive the message and be able to help themselves and not hear the message and like go in even deeper into doubt or fear or like feeling bad about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So just that awareness, you know what I'm saying? So when we're sharing our messages, again, like if we're trying to really, really help, and peep game with yourself and others, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to label nobody or judge nobody, but just, be aware, like, if you see messages coming from a certain place of just like super talking down on people, you become aware, like, all right, maybe that's not the place, that I want to receive messages, or maybe it is, you know what I'm saying? To each his own. I'm also not here to try to tell you, what to do as much as I'm sharing the facts of the situation and then you make your own decision from there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to tell you to take the red pill or the blue pill. Take whichever one. Look, like, again, the red pill does this, the blue pill does this. You know what I'm saying? Like, take which one you want. But peace. Now's the vibrate. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past right now.